Hi Libra, welcome to the second half of August 2020. This is your horoscope and taroscope. There are some very interesting things going on astrologically. The second half of August is a bit more of a reprieve from the first. It's a lot more harmonious. There are still some intense things going along. We still have Mars in Aries squaring off with Saturn on the 24th, which is a big day for the diary. You want to you want to see what's going on that day. That could be very much to do with partnerships and family coming to clash, relationships, partnerships, business coming to clash with your sense of home, your sense of past, your sense of family, that kind of thing. There could be a bit of tension going on there, but for the most half, with the Leo energy and the Aries energy harmonizing, there's actually a lot of love coming in, a lot of romantic energy, a lot of playful energy, a lot of exciting energy, fun energy. And with the sun being in Leo, your 11th house, the 11th house and the 7th house trining is actually very beautiful. It's very engaging energy. It makes you feel very much, in alignment with other people around you. And while there is that tension going on with Mars, the Aries and Capricorn energy is squaring, cardinal energy is creating a bit of friction with you, there is a lot to be gleaned from the more harmonious aspects. But let's see what your cards have to say for you. Ooh, 3 right off the bat. Okay, so 4 of Cups, 10 of Cups, and the 2 of Wands. Interesting. And underneath is the Hanged Woman. Okay. So there is a lot to do with family, and there's a lot to do with romance coming up in your cards as much to meet the astrology. The 2 of Wands is that kind of crossroads where you are wondering what is next. So, the 4 of Cups energy is where you feel just a little bit like you want to say no. You're rejecting something. You could be theoretically rejecting someone, or you could just feel a little bit bored. You could feel a little bit like tired of the same old routine, tired of the same old repetition, tired of the same old relationships, tired of the same old cycle. It is certainly a card of rejection. And I have noticed that there is somebody on the Libra readings who always, within the first few seconds of it going up, will hit the dislike button. It's somebody that's very much waiting for it because they're notified and they just hit dislike. And I just sort of think, that's the 4 of Cups energy. That's just, no, I'm not going to listen to anything that you say. I just want to let you know that I have a little bit of disdain. I imagine I probably know who it is, but sure. The 4 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, and the 2 of Wands. The 4 of Cups is, it's not really an energy that people like to see because it's just kind of meh. It's just kind of meh. What's really going on here is that no matter what she has with the 3 cups here, she's considering of this elusive 4th cup. None of this really matters. It's the what she doesn't have. It's a grass is greener kind of energy. And I think for a lot of you, with the 10 of Cups in the middle, there is some really beautiful, some really wonderful, some really exciting, fulfilling contentment in your arena, something around you, something that's coming to you, but you're just feeling a little bit stuck. It's kind of when, there's a lot of serious thinking going on, and a lot of tension going on with Saturn, and it can make people quite pessimistic. It can make people undervalue experiences. It can make people be very glass half empty. Saturn can make people feel very pessimistic. And with the 4 of Cups and the 10 of Cups, it is a blink and you'll miss it kind of energy. There is something that you've always wanted right ahead of you. Or around you at the moment, something that could really make you feel very, very good, but you're not quite open to it for some reason. And I'm suspecting, Libra, as we head into your 12th house, you're going to find out why. Because when you go into the 12th house season, there is ordinarily stuff, and we can see it represented by Neptune, the ruler of the 12th house that represents the Hanged Woman card. We can see that oftentimes we almost walk through life blindfolded with the narrative that we have in our head. We almost walk through life with this set list of definitions, and where we're open-minded, we do not see the opportunities that can take us to a different path. We do not see the opportunities that can make us happy. We do not feel grateful for the things that we get because we have this internal dialogue that's saying, no, not quite, not really, not yet. And I'm not saying that any of you have to settle for something. That's not at all what this energy is telling you. But it is telling you, be careful of your indecision removing a wonderful opportunity from your path. I don't necessarily think you will, but you will have to change your perspective. With the Hanged Woman, it can say that it's something you've waited a long time for. It's something that you have trouble believing in. It's something that you have trouble understanding because in some way it's unfamiliar. So maybe this Ten of Cups, this happiness that's being offered to you, this contentment, this opportunity seems too good to be true, or it just seems to be scary. And maybe it's scary because you've not experienced it before, and it's sometimes scarier for people to go after what they really want in life, because if you're rejected from it, it really hurts. That's why sometimes people play it safe in dating. That's why sometimes people play it safe in jobs. They don't want to go after what they really want because it would be worse to lose. That kind of thing. You're being asked, Libra, to really take stock of what's going on around you and really come into the last half of the month, despite the friction in the sky that is understandably, a lot of stuff in your fourth house, Four of Cups, is making you feel quite self-protective. It's making you feel quite closed off, and understandably so. But really here, Libra, there's a blink and you'll miss it. Between all the friction going on with Mars in your relationship sector, and it extends to love, it extends to business, with a lot of stuff going on there, you're being challenged, but you're also having opportunities. The Sun is working with that energy, Mercury is working with that energy. And you're really being asked to come to terms with what that is. And Venus is in your career sector. So really there's a lot of stuff going on, Libra, that's really offering you up some opportunities. And your ruler Venus will be opposite Jupiter around the 25th. And then 2 days later, it's going to trine Neptune. And Neptune is in your work sector. Jupiter is in your family sector. So there is a bit of push and pull, I understand. And it is making you protective. But it cannot make you blind to what it is that's actually appearing and manifesting in front of you. When we get into September, when we get into Virgo season, there's a clear manifestation of something. I do think for a lot of you it's family. It may also be to do with a home, a property, a house. It may also be to do with committing big time to something, with Mars being in your partnership sector. Perhaps some of you are getting engaged or married, or perhaps some of you are moving in together, or there's some kind of big energy with the Ten of Cups. It's really satisfying, but also really scary. And you're being asked clearly with the Two of Wands to make a decision based on what's best for your future. And you have to be careful, Libra, that you're not doing it from the old story. That I've never seen this kind of energy before, or this isn't the right time, or this could happen. This kind of doubtful Thomas sort of a voice going on with the Four of Cups. You're being asked to have a little bit more faith. A little bit more faith that you deserve this Ten of Cups moment. I mean, it's one of the best cards in the whole deck. It's very fulfilling. It's very sweet. And most importantly, it is connection, which is what human beings need more than anything, is connection with other people. And I know that this card doesn't really show that. It just shows the Ten of Cups and the diamond in the middle. But everything makes sense. Everything fits. Everything is equal. It's in proportion. And it's shining. In the traditional tarot, this has a family in it and the sun in the sky. And with the Two of Wands, looking to the future. Making plans for working with this energy, taking this opportunity, seeing this opportunity, seizing it, and going forward. Don't reject something you really want for the rest of August that presents itself to you. Okay, Libra, so thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you have a wonderful remainder of August. I hope that you open your eyes and open your heart to the opportunities that are coming for you, because they look to be very, very nice. And don't forget, when the Sun conjuncts Mercury on the 17th in your 11th house, there's wishes to be made. The Sun is going to be sextiling the true node 2 days later, and all of that can really work towards manifesting this 10 of Cups moment. So stay positive. With the new moon in Leo on the 18th, it is a beautiful time for you to manifest the stuff that you really want. So keep your heart open, keep your eyes open, and go forward. Bye, Libra.